Am I the a-hole for no longer calling my parents mom and dad and instead using Mr. and Mrs.? They're my F31 adoptive parents. They loved me unconditionally compared to my bio parents, but as soon as my younger sister, female 28, their biological daughter, came into the picture, they started leaning towards favoring her. They still treat me well, don't get me wrong, but they have their moments, especially on holidays. For Thanksgiving, my parents wanted someone in the family to host Thanksgiving dinner because they were dealing with health problems and could not commit. I volunteered and said that I'll gladly host dinner on Thanksgiving, but my mom replied and said that my sister will do it. I asked why, and after pressuring her, she said that she's the biological daughter, so technically she's family. I asked if I wasn't family, and she and my dad said it's complicated. I was livid and hurt. I decided that after this, I will no longer be calling them mom and dad. Yes, they're nice to me, but I decided to just call them Mr. and Mrs. So when they called, I referred to them as Mr. and Mrs. When they visited, I started using Mr. and Mrs. Their reaction was to just stare in confusion, but the straw was last night. We were eating dinner, and I turned to Dad and said, Mr. Clarkson, won't you pass me the salt, please? Dad looked stunned. I then said, Mrs. Clarkson, do you need help with the oven? She snapped and asked what the hell I was doing, and I told them that since they don't see me as family, then why bother calling them mom and dad? She and dad were furious, saying that it was petty and childish. My sister and her partner were laughing at this. The argument got louder, and I had to go leave. I said goodbye, Mr. and Mrs. Clarkson, on the way out, which made my dad snap. He and mom kept calling me nonstop. My husband had no idea what was going on. He asked what the deal was, and when I told him, he agreed that it was childish and I could have gotten the message across in a more mature way than this disrespect that I'm displaying. Am I the a-hole? They're mad as they can be and are begging me to stop, or else I'll ruin Thanksgiving when I start doing it in front of other relatives. Info: I have not done this in public. I won't not do it. I only did it at their home or in my home.